Good morning. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Strike a Spark Conference for allowing me to share my research here with you all today. I would also like to extend an extra special thank you to Dr. Wright for all of her assistance in my research for my 2021 Spring Addendum. My name is Makayla Munchinski. I'm a very proud member of the University Honors Program, the Rutledge Institute for Early Childhood Education, and I'm a member of the CalU softball team who is currently 12-4 right now and ranked number 2 in the PSAC. So we're off to a super awesome start this semester. I'm currently a sophomore here at CalU studying early childhood education. Please allow me to share my screen with you and get my presentation started. Share. Okay. I would like to share some research that I have done to create my Spring 2021 addendum for my CHD 250 Health and Physical Education for Pre-K through Grade 4 class. For my addendum, I created an activity plan and educational video that highlights the concept of total physical response in either a synchronous or asynchronous learning environment. My Good Morning Yoga Springtime Movement video integrates physical activity and yoga across the curriculum to introduce topics of science, literacy, music, and movement for young learners. The COVID-19 global pandemic has changed the traditional education system as we know it. In March of 2020, young students across America were forced to shift from the traditional in-person learning environment to a completely online learning environment. For young students, especially students in pre-K through grade 4, this transition has proved to be extremely difficult. The transition from in-person instruction took place almost overnight, leaving teachers no time to prepare. However, here we are over a year later, and veteran teachers are still struggling to teach using online platforms. The lack of professional development provided to teachers by their employers over this past year has caused a lack of effective teaching and learning in classrooms and a lack of uniformity in schools across America. During the 2020 fall semester, I worked as a child care provider at a local daycare back in my hometown. When schools reopened in August, our local school district decided to have their students still participate in online remote learning. So children at my daycare would be sitting at their tables from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in front of their computers. And these school-aged children only got up out of their seats to move during their gym classes, which only took place for about 30 minutes, maybe 2 days a week. Research has proven that for young learners, hands-on, multisensory learning is developmentally appropriate. Unfortunately, during the COVID-19 global pandemic, students have missed out on the benefits of TPR because veteran teachers have not been trained on how to incorporate physical activity into online lesson planning. So what makes an effective lesson plan for pre-K through grade 4 students in an online learning environment? I would like to answer this question by sharing a glimpse into what I believe online learning should look like for young students using my Spring 2021 addendum. The lesson plan that I created for my addendum was meant to be taught on March 20th, 2021, the first day of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Please watch this video, which shows me incorporating music and movement into my lesson to introduce spring science topics to my pre-K learners.
Sing our springtime movement song again. I'd like us to use our bodies to act out the movements that we feel. We're going to pretend that we are the seeds, and we are going to use our bodies to show the movement that the seeds may be doing. Is everyone ready? I feel safe and small and round. I'm a seed down in the ground. Then the sun shines in the sky, warms the dark earth where I lie. Now it's time to come out. The sun makes me want to sprout. My leaves feel cool in the air. I reach up as high as I dare. As I rise out of the mud, I hold up my little bud. The bold sun is filled with power. Its bright light makes me want to flower. Great job.
Please excuse my terrible singing voice. I'm still working on that. But incorporating even the shortest segments of music and movement into students' online learning will capture and hold young learners' attention during instruction. And it's just super easy to incorporate. Students won't even realize they're learning when they're singing songs and acting out movements. The next concept that I incorporated in my video and that I believe should be incorporated in every single lesson for young learners is total physical response. TPR basically says that when students do a movement, they're more likely to remember a concept. So please watch this video of me incorporating TPR into my springtime movement activity.
You feel safe and tucked up in your little shell. As you're in this position, you'll notice your head start to feel warm. That warmth is the springtime sun. The springtime sun makes you want to sprout. Slowly bring your hands back up and roll up out of your child's pose position. Here you'll be sitting on your knees. After you peeked your head up, you'll realize that it's not quite time to sprout yet, so we'll lay all the way back down. Again, in our child's pose position, here we are. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Here you'll feel your forehead feel warm again. And so again, we want to peek up at the sun. We'll bring our hands up and we'll roll our bodies up to the sun. Now, my little friends, it's time to sprout. Bring your hands together at your chest with me. Look up at the sun, feel the warmth on your face, and reach your hands up, up, up towards the sun. Great work, my little seeds. You're blossoming into beautiful things. Now, let's greet the sun together. We're going to raise our hands up, inhale in, look up at the sun, feel the warmth on our face, and then exhale and reach our arms down.
The last concept that I would like to share with you all today is a 4-7-8 breathing meditation activity. This strategy equips students with the knowledge of how to clear their minds and calm themselves down. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is a very well-known practice in yoga, especially during these stressful and trying times. Teaching students healthy ways to cope with their surroundings or their inner feelings is so important. Hopefully, by teaching these techniques to young learners, they will create healthy habits that last a lifetime.
Inhale, our belly should rise. We're going to breathe in for a total of 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. As our bellies rise, now we're going to hold our breath for 7 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we exhale for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to repeat.
Again, all of these concepts that I talked about today can be incorporated into either synchronous or asynchronous lesson plans, which means that for an asynchronous lesson plan, teachers would be recording this video ahead of time and then asking their students to view the video maybe as a beginning of the day warm-up, or in a synchronous learning environment, teachers would do this online over Zoom like maybe we are using now, and they would participate in the whole activity as they are asking students to participate in the activity as well. Looking into the future, I plan to base my honors thesis project on some of the research that I have done for this addendum. I would like to observe in greater detail how the yoga practice can affect preschoolers' attentiveness to classroom instruction. To do this, I plan on observing a class of preschool students at my local daycare for a week without any yoga instruction and time how long they stay in their seats during the classroom instruction. Then, for 2 to 3 weeks, I will instruct a brief yoga practice before their classroom instruction, and again, time how long the preschool students stay in their seats during the classroom instruction. I will then analyze the data I collect and determine if yoga practice makes an impact on preschoolers' attentiveness to classroom instruction. If there are any questions about my research, I would be more than happy to answer them after the presentation or via email. Thank you all so much for your time today, and have a blessed day.